Hello, Chuck and friends. Hello, hello. It's me, Megan Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. We are going to be having us some fun tonight. Well, we are foiling. Oh my goodness, have you ever foiled? Well, it's about time, right? I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Distracted today. So hello, welcome everybody. We are going to do some fun with foil tonight with Chalk Couture. So I'm just, fair warning, if you are not looking for an additional crafting addiction, you probably don't want to watch this video, because once you foil, you will foil everything. Foiling is so much fun. It's so easy. And it doesn't really require a ton of special stuff. I have special stuff to use, but you don't really need special stuff to use. You can do it without special stuff. So what is foiling? Foiling is where you take a medium and you use this with your transfers instead of chalk paste or ink. So we're going to use something totally different than a Chalk Couture product with a Chalk Couture product. So we're going to take reactive paint, we're going to use it with our transfers on paper, and then we're going to let it dry, which I have a bunch of them done already that are dried. And then you take that paper, you attach foil to it, you run it through, for lack of a better description, like a laminating machine, and it attaches the foil to the reactive paint, and you end up with this really cool shiny foil project. So I'm going to show you how to do it with the paint, then we'll let the project that we're using with this dry. I've done a bunch of them already this afternoon and that are dried, so I can show you how to use foil. But it is extremely fun, it's very easy, and you really just need a laminating machine, which are, if you don't have a laminating machine, because, you know, why would the normal person have a laminating machine? They're not expensive machines. So I have a fancy machine that I bought for this specific purpose, because foiling is one of those things that is just fun. You can make your own cards, you can make your own gift bags, you can make your own art projects or art pieces for in your home decor pieces, just like you can with Chalk Couture. But what I love about using this with the Chalk Couture transfers is you get the beautifulness of Chalk Couture. Now, do you have to do this? No. You can do exactly what we're doing tonight with chalk and kind of accomplish the same look. You won't have the foil look, but you can have the paste. You could use the shimmers, so you have a shimmer to it, or you could use it with glitter to get more of a shiny look. Linda says hi and bye. I think Linda is saying hi and bye because I said you don't need another addiction. Okay, that's kind of funny. All right, so let me stop here for a minute and say hello. Hello, Linda Squared. Hello, Terry from Texas. Linda is possibly here. She may have left when I said, do you want another addiction or not? Sherry is here from Texas. Hello, Carol. Okay, so hello. So if you're new to our Chalk Party, say hi. We are going to use an amazing product tonight called Chalk Couture, which we're going to show you tonight that you can use it with completely different things. You can completely think outside of the box. These little adhesive silkscreen transfers are pretty indestructible. You can use them with a lot of different mediums, and it doesn't hurt them. So tonight that's what we're doing, is we're using them with a completely different medium than chalk paste or ink, but it doesn't mean that you can't use it with chalk paste and ink. You could create basically the same exact thing that we're doing with yeah, Linda says no more addictions. It's just fun. If you like the foil look. I never thought in a million years I was going to like the foil look, but I love the foil look. I don't do it very often anymore, since this was what I used to love to do before chalk. And since chalk arrived in my life, I haven't done it that much. But then I learned, you can do the two of them together. So let me show you what I mean here and what we're going to do here. So let's get you where we want to be. So this is what adhesive silkscreen transfer looks like. They come in all kinds of different sentiments, different words, different everything, sizes, all kinds of stuff. They're reusable. You can use them over and over again. They're sticky on the back. and then there is a silk screen inside of where the white part is. That's actually a silk screen. So what we're going to do, and I'm just going to make a quick card. Hello from Washington. I have never seen, ooh, Darlene. Well, welcome to our Chalkin' Party, Darlene from Washington. So if you're new, say hi. Tell us where you're from. We are kind of all over the country. I am in a suburb of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where it is cold today. Oops, I don't know what that noise was. Cold and rainy. So I'm just taking a piece of heavy weighted cardstock. Now this is one of those situations you don't want to put your transfers on like typing paper, regular paper. A good quality cardstock will completely work. The other thing that you want to do, and I've done this several different ways when I chalk on paper. When I'm going to just chalk on paper, I wax the paper first. But because we put this through a laminating machine, which attaches heat to it, I don't wax the paper when I foil. I don't know what the wax would do during the laminating process, so that's why I don't wax. But what I do tend to do, and this would be my recommendation, is do not use brand new transfers if you're going to foil, because they're super sticky, and when you put a brand new transfer on paper, it's so sticky it can rip the paper when you remove it. So you do want to be careful with it. Don't use brand new transfers. At least have used them once, like this one. I think we've used Ooh La La maybe twice at most. I've got some very nice cardstock paper, but I am going to fuzz the heck out of my transfer. Oops, that's the wrong side. So all fuzzing is taking a terry cloth towel and attaching your transfer to it, and you're going to pull up the lint. And by doing that, you're making your transfer not as sticky. And then when I go to wash my transfer in my water bath, what it does is the lint comes right off in the water bath. So it doesn't hurt your transfer in the long run. It's better for your transfer. I have done, as I learned in the beginning, when I did transfers on paper the first couple times, I didn't know all the tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. And I did ruin cardstock by the cardstock ripping when I pulled the paper off. It comes off in the water, so it doesn't ruin your transfers. But if you've got so one of the projects I'm going to show you that we're making tonight is this gorgeous navy blue, beautiful cardstock that I went out special to buy before we couldn't. I've had this one for a while. But I went out special to buy this cardstock, and I only bought 3 sheets. And then today I'm doing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I can't go buy more sheets because I can't leave my house. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't ruin this cardstock. So, just be careful. So I'm super not sticky now. I'm still sticky. I'm just not as sticky as I would be. And you take your transfer and you put it right on your paper. Now, I don't go to town with smoothing it out, okay? I just do that, okay? Just smooth it out. Don't go crazy. So Heidi Swap is, I don't know who she is. She's somebody in the crafting world, and she makes the products that we're going to use tonight. Now, I will tell you, there are other products. You don't have to use Heidi Swap. It just happens to be what I have. But she makes reactive paint. She makes reactive medium. She makes all kinds of reactive stuff. And basically what happens when you foil, and you can do this with foil if you have a toner printer. Okay, so not a inkjet, but an actual printer that has toner ink in it. These foils, when heated, stick to the toner ink, and that's what creates the foil. So basically, what's in this little jar, or what's in this paint, is whatever's in toner that makes the foil stick to it. So you can, when I first foiled, I would go out and I would just create graphics on my computer, print them on a toner printer, and then attach foil to them. So that's really what this medium is whatever's in toner. So it's like a paint, this one. There's other kinds. There's a mist, there's a silk screen. I mean, there's all kinds of them. I like this one. I have found this one because it doesn't stick to my transfers as much. Because you do have to be careful when you go to clean your transfer. You're going to clean this transfer right away, because you don't want this to dry on your transfer. So I just put a little bit on my transfer, just like I would if this was chalk paste. I take my squeegee just like normal, and I go across my transfer. Now the other issue with it is you can't see it because it's clear. So you just got to know you're covering up your whole silk screen. So be methodical in how you go across your silk screen. Now, when I first started doing this, I was very much like paste. I was very conscious of what I did with all this excess. I would try to get it back in the container. Not so much today. Today I'm just wiping it into a wipe. Okay, so I'm just taking this excess off because you don't need it. I don't know what would happen if you had it on. And we'll see. I haven't done this in a while, and I probably should have practiced on one because I haven't done it in a while. Okay, so all I did was put all that toner stuff right in this wipe, wash off my squeegee, and throw it away. Now I'm going to carefully remove my transfer. Oh, Darlene grew up in Wisconsin. Now, again, you're not going to be able to see it because it's clear. So I take my transfer off of the paper. I stick this in my water bath. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to wash my transfer right away. Because, again, I do not want that reactive paint to dry on my transfer because it gunks up your silk screen. So you just got to wash it right away. That's all you got to do. There's nothing else fancy about it. It won't ruin your transfer as long as you're diligent and care, right? And voila, we're done. So I take it out of my water bath. I'm going to set it next to me so it dries, and we're done with the transfer. Now, I'll show it to you for what you can see. Ooh, sorry, what you can see of it. You'll be able to see the sheen as I'll hold it up for you, and you'll be able to see that it's there. You think you can see it? Let's try an angle. You can kind of see it. As it dries, you'll see it better. I've got some examples on darker paper, so you'll be able to see them. So I'm going to set this one aside so it dries. I'm going to show you some of the ones I made already this afternoon. I think you'll be able to see them. So see, like this one. Maybe you're not going to be able to see it. Oh, wait, there it was. There we go. See, it says hello. I used one of the 3-word transfers on this cute little card. I'm going to put a cute little white piece of cardstock in here when we're all done, and I'm going to have this cute little note card that I can leave. I'm going to leave it in my mailbox for my very wonderful postwoman in this time so that, you know, she can feel like she has a little human connection. All right, so I have a bunch of these done, but it's this. Look at how pretty this navy blue paper is. It's gorgeous. All right, so I have a fancy machine. Again, you don't need the fancy machine. You just need a laminator. And I'm dropping all kinds of things around me. So this is again, don't get caught up on the brand. This is a Mink machine. I'm going to turn it on. Or not. Oh, hello Maria. You got to turn it on and turn the buttons on. Okay, I like level number 3. It will warm up and it's going to beep. While it's warming up, I have a bunch of things here that I've already used the reactive paint on so that we can create. The ones that I did that I really want to show you is I did the ferns. So see how pretty that is? So the shiny part you're seeing is that's the reactive paint. And I gotta tell you, they look pretty cool just like this. So after I did this, when I first did it, it looked gray on the paper, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be gorgeous in just grayish chalk or even storm on the navy blue paper. And then you frame them, and you have a beautiful piece of very popular and very current home decor. So we're going to work on these. But then what you need, okay, so we're warm, is you need foil. I'll show you my little foil bucket here. It comes in like every possible color of the rainbow. And I wanted to do a pink one on this navy. So when you, there's other brands. For the foil, I've used other brands than just this brand. Again, don't get caught up on it. But all it is it's the sheet of almost like tissue papery foil. Okay? And you're going to take it. I had my scissors. Where did my scissors go? Okay. My scissors went for a walk, and I just had it. Hang on. I gotta find my scissors, because I need a scissors. I can't cut it without a scissors. I just had the scissors. If they're like right next to me, I'm gonna be like laughing out loud. Because I did have them, because I had to cut stuff. Do I have another scissors handy? Okay, where did I put the scissors? And this, don't you laugh at me? Like, really, Maria? How can you not have your scissors, like, right here? I had it. Well, we're going to use this little baby guy. I don't know where my tray. Okay, I did find another scissors. Whew. All right, so you just cut a little piece. And it is tissue papery, so sometimes it can be hard to cut. And you don't need a lot, because you just need to cover up the reactive foil. You don't even need to cover up the whole piece of paper. Okay, so you take your card with our cute little reactive foil, and we take our foil, you put it right over it. Now you put it in between a carrier sheet, which is a piece of cardstock and a piece of typing paper. Okay, and you're going to run it through the machine. That's all this is. And you're going to end up with really cool, really unique, beautiful things. So I'm just going to stick this through my machine. The disadvantages to this is it has to be on paper, because it has to fit in the machine, and it's little itty bitty tiny. See, like, it doesn't like the fact that my cardstock is cut in half. It's going to start making noises. It's slow. So while we're waiting on that, so this one I did, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. It says, do small things with great love. This one is super fun. It says, happy birthday. See, you can see it there. Then I've got the leaves. I showed you those already. But then I did some fun ones because I wanted to see on black. We've got party. We've got live simply, cheers, and then I have another blue one that says celebrate. So these are just cute little cards that you can make for any occasion, right? And we're going to try a couple of different color foils and kind of play with how does it look on different color cardstocks. So you just wait. It's a slow machine. Okay? And then you take it out, and you can see how you can see it? And then you literally just go whoop, and you have hello. Try to get it at an angle where you can see the color. That's the only bad thing about foil, is you guys cannot see it. But it's very fun. This is a very fun pink. So see? That's foiling, and it's easy, and you can use your transfers. But then you look at this. This is just a super fun, cute little card. I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock and double side tape inside of here, and I'm going to have a super cute little card. So let's make another one. Let's do Live Simply, and let's do Live Simply on the black, and let's try silver. So the foils come in all kinds of different colors, and they're tons of fun to use. And where's my end of that guy? Okay. There we go. Okay. So the one thing I would say, so see how like this guy's all scrunchy and he's got like the foil is gone? You don't want to use that part because there's no foil there. So I'm just going to cut. This would be much easier if I could find my transfer traverse. Instead of this little itty bitty scissors. But, you know, Maria can't find her scissors. So, the other thing, didn't want to do that. The other thing you can do is you can use the reverse of it as well once you've done it. So it's just kind of fun. Darlene says she may be in trouble. Darlene, start with chalk. That's all I gotta say. Start with chalk. Then you move on to bigger and better things. Okay, so I got little schnibbles from when my silver's not in good shape. All right, so you stick it over it again. You put your piece of regular paper, and then I have a piece of cardstock underneath it just to give it a little bit of resistance as it goes through. Stick it in. and let it run. While that one goes through, I wanted to do Happy Birthday in a fun, bright color. I do store them right back in their little containers, just for ease. But it's so much fun. Like this, oh, let's do a copper color. This copper, so this is a completely different brand. It's called Deco Foil. This copper is such a pretty color. Hey, Jen. Hey, Lori Baker Lori. Maybe we'll, oh, there we go. So let's do, we'll do Cheers in copper. Again, just cut your foil the size of your sentiment. You just put it right over it. Oops, I'm almost out of copper. Shocking, Maria's almost out of crafting supply. Those are really cool. I could use that in my scrapbooks. Yes, you could. And it would also be cool in the journals. Yes, the problem is the journals, Jen, aren't gonna fit through the machine. Now I have seen on YouTube videos and stuff that you can iron it. I've tried doing that when oops, hang on. When I first started doing this, I tried ironing and it did not work because my iron just simply did not get hot enough. And that's the key with a laminating machine. Now there might be a laminating machine out there that has a bigger opening than this machine does. Okay, so check it out. You have this super shiny. Now these little guys here, you can get those off with an eraser. I don't seem to have that either. But if you get like a little part of foil where you didn't want it, it'll come right off with an eraser. But it's super fun. And you just use your transfers. And instead of using chalk or ink, you use the reactive paint. So it's super, and here too, you could just fold this over. I mean, it's a big card. Or you could cut this and you could frame it in a 5x7 frame. So that's the Live Simply. We've got the copper foil going through the machine as we're talking. It's coming out. So again, you can see it when it's comes out of the machine and you just pull it off. Oh, I love this color. Absolutely love this color. So this is a really fun copper. It's very cool. And this would, again, you take a little white piece of paper because it's black paper, you can't write. Or unless you're going to use a white marker. But you just put a white piece of paper in there and now you have a really fun little card to send somebody. Okay, where's my happy birthday? Let's show you what it looks like on white paper. Let's use a super fun green for happy birthday. Would a heat press work? I've tried a heat press, Darlene, and it didn't work. But when I was using the heat press, I was using a different medium because she has more than one. This one, I was using the reactive screen ink when I used my heat press and it did not work. But now that I've started using, where did it go? The reactive paint, which is thinner and easier on your transfers. Here it is. I didn't try it with this, so I don't know if it will work with your heat press or not. The key is, I'm sure a laminator, because it's got to be hot enough to melt plastic, is going to be a little hotter than your heat press. There's a ton, if you want to go out on YouTube, there's a ton, and of course you would only go to the Making Maria YouTube channel, and subscribe if you haven't, but there's a ton of YouTube videos out there on how to foil with a laminator. I gave up on all of those attempts eventually, and I just bought the machine. It wasn't expensive. I mean, it's all relative when you're crafting, right? I think the machine was $80. I've had it for a long time though. So that's the biggest key, is you can buy a laminator for 20 bucks. I have a laminator. Of course I have a laminator. It simply did not get hot enough. It was not the right kind of, I mean, it's a cheapy laminator. All right, so we're going to put Happy Birthday in this super fun, bright green. Hello, Lisa GV. Hello, Carol with an E. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're going to run this one through, and then we'll do Small Things with Great Love. Let's do that one. Ooh, I love this green. Look at this really pretty, oh, I wish you could see the colors better. It's a really pretty minty foil green. Gorgeous color. I do keep all these little scraps and stuff though, because these little scraps work perfect when you're just trying to do, you know, a one little card. So don't throw your scraps away. The key with storing your scraps is you have to store them in a way that this side doesn't get scratched up. So what I usually do is I roll them up carefully and I stick them in the middle. Better than that, because once you put a crink in it, that's when you get it loses its foil, or it comes out the other end as you're trying to do stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. It's hard to find the ends on these things. All right, so I've got my end. This is such a pretty color. But foiling is a lot of fun, and I personally find I like it when my crafts can commingle, because crafting, you know, is not for the faint at heart, right? It's an expensive hobby. Oh, this would be so much better with my transfer trimmers. Like, cut that like butter. So when you can find a way to use your crafts together, it really, you know, first of all, it makes them a better value, right? Because you've invested in them. You might as well find different ways to get creative with them and use them. That's why I love Chalk Couture, is because I can ink, I can chalk, I can paint, I can foil, I can do it. So when I get bored making one way, then I can just, oh, well, today I feel like doing this with it, you know? Where I'm a scrapbooker. So Jen, I feel your pain with the whole scrapbooking thing. Scrapbooking is a very expensive hobby, a very fun hobby, worth every minute of it to be your, you know, the documenter of your family. But, you know, you're kind of stuck. You scrapbook, you scrapbook. Where when you can find ways to take other things and, you know, put them together. Oops, get that in there. Again. Now it comes with like a plastic sheet to use as your carrier sheet, but I found that it didn't get hot enough with the plastic sheet. Okay, so here. And we've got this super fun, very bright green Happy Birthday. This is the Happy Birthday transfer, and I apologize, this may be retired. I try not to show you retired transfers, but this is a very fun Happy Birthday transfer. And look at, I mean, it just makes this cute little card for a piece of cardstock. We've all got cardstock laying around, especially if you're a scrapbooker, right? You've got cardstock, and now you've got this really fun, handmade, foily, beautiful birthday card. Okay, so we've got our Live Simply, and then we're gonna do our fern, the piece de resistance. So this is my dilemma with the fern. I was gonna do the fern in gold, because that's popular right now, right? Gold is super popular, but I don't really like gold. And I was really thinking these ferns would kind of look cool in my dining room. Like they would look really cool in my dining room, but there's not a gold thing in my whole house. So I'm like, oh, what should I do? Ooh, la la la. Ah! It's so much fun to pull it off. Okay, so this one is, again, it's that really pretty minty green foil. And it just looks so cool. This too, you could frame this. And again, when you get like a dot like that where you got foil where you didn't want it, you just take an eraser and it'll I should stop picking at it. Just take an eraser and it comes up. See, and then you have the reverse. You could, you know, you could even do something with the reverse if you wanted to. I've never done anything with the reverse. I throw the reverses away. But some people would tell me that that makes me wasteful. Let's do one in gold because I want to do the gold on the navy because I want to decide, should we do gold for our ferns or silver? I'm really leaning in the silver department because that's what's in my house, which totally dates me, I know. But I think the silver on the navy would be beautiful. The gold, you can't go wrong with the gold. The gold's gonna be pretty. It's not in my house. And I love these, I love the ferns. We're gonna do a couple things coming up here with the fern transfer. So there are 3 transfers right now in the catalog that are botanicals. There's a philodendron, a fern, and I'm gonna completely space on what the third one is, but they're really pretty greenery. The fern transfer is this. This is the transfer, and it's this absolutely gorgeous fern. We've used it before. Now I used it to put it on the navy paper. We're also going to make some really cool pillows with it. Either one will look great with the navy. Thank you, Kristen. I agree. I do think it's getting tired. When the machine starts growling at you, maybe it's time to walk away from the foil, Maria. I know, Jen, I love gold and navy. It's just not in my house. So I'll have to I'll make them on the gold and the navy, probably. And then I'll send them to one of you. And then they just won't go in my house. We could do a giveaway for the gold and the navy ferns. But the ferns are going to be super cool. Okay, so this is going to be the gold and the navy. Ready? So you can, again, you can see it. And then you just zoop. Oh, God, that's pretty. Check it out. Look at how pretty that is. And again, see how it's got like these little, from the edge, you just take an eraser to it, it comes off. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, goodness gracious. You think I could do one in silver and one in navy? Let's do that. We'll do one in silver and one in navy because I do have another piece of the blue. And then we could decide which one's better. And I could take them upstairs. We could do a which one should I do? I could take pictures in my dining room. But this is how cool the fern is. This is just a gorgeous transfer. All right, so we're gonna we'll make this one in gold and this one in silver, and we'll run it through the machine and see what happens. Now, there is white foil as well. There's also iridescent. So there's all, I mean, again, there's all kinds of, it's called deco foil. Or this stuff is the brand of the machine, which is Heidi Swap. For those of you scrapbookers, we all know who Heidi Swap is. And I bought these, I bought all this when I first started way back when foiling. And it's easily been 3 years I've owned all this stuff. I got it all at Joann's. I know they still sell it. And they do clearance it occasionally, which I always find that's interesting. Why stores clearance things. Oh, there's a transfer stuck to it. Why do stores clearance things and then they bring them right back? It just makes no sense to me. All right, so now we're going to take this really pretty piece of gold foil and stick it over our whole sheet. Now, I have not found that when it hangs over that it's caused a problem. We'll find out, but I have not found that it has. So again, I put a cardstock backer sheet behind it and one over it. Oh, you know what? My piece of paper, because I made these to go in a frame. So my cardstock is actually bigger than my carrier sheet. So we're gonna try, well, I'm gonna have to make a littler piece of carrier sheet to just kind of send along with it. I don't want to do the whole sheet because it'll affect how the heat transfers. I know, Jen, I love the copper. They would look really, oh, I don't have enough copper though. And Amazon's not shipping. So I can't do copper. Well, I could if I was patient. Which is just not my nature, right? No, no, no. Maria is not patient. Okay, so stick this bad boy. It's a hot mess going in this machine. We'll see how it comes out. But I do love the copper. So where'd the copper guy go? So this was the hot pink. Super pretty, but it's I shouldn't say hot pink. This is pale pink. So it's this color. Okay, on the navy, which is really cute on the navy. There is a hot pink, which we're gonna do ooh la la in when it dries. There's a hot pink one too. There's lots of colors. There's no shortage of colors. Where'd the copper one go? We made it in black on copper. So here was the cheer. This is the copper. I love the copper. And you know, the copper would really go well in my dining room. But, you know, so many colors, so many choices, such little time. Let's see if our ooh la la is dry yet. It doesn't take long. Yep, our ooh la la is dry. So we're gonna do him in hot pink. Ooh, I've got transfers coming at me everywhere. But before we do ooh la la, let's finish our ferns. Because there's lots of squirrels in the room tonight. If you're doing multiple, you could do both. Yes. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, look at how cool they are. Oh, they're even better than I thought they were gonna be. Love it when that happens. Okay, that is cool. All right, so what I was gonna do with them, to give you the whole effect, right? Because we are a very, we're no half, I can't say that word. We're no half job. What's the word? What can I say? We try to be a family show. We're a full service. There we go. We're a full service Chalk Couture channel, and I'm going to show it to you all nice and framed. So this is where I learned that I have a lot of frames, because I thought this really needs, you know, kind of a fun frame, not this boring black frame that I have. And I do a lot of thrift store shopping, and I buy frames and I spray paint them. But this is where I learned that, you know, not so much in the 8x10 size do I do that. I got a lot of frames, but nothing in 8x10. All right, so, okay. Isn't that cool? I just want to line it up where we want it. Push it over a little. Oops, because there is a mat in here, and I kind of purposely made my paper too big so I could play with how I put it in the frame. So now you're gonna have double glare. You're gonna have the glare of the, oops, I need to put a piece of tape on it. You're gonna have the glare from the foil, and you're gonna have the glare from the frame. But this is Maria's fancy framing, right? I'm gonna stick a piece of painter's tape on it to hold it in place. Because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but my home decor doesn't last that long in my house. If it gets a whole season, I really liked it. Because I'm always making something new or making something fun. Maddie needs this one for her apartment. You like the gold, Maddie? Okay, so I'm just pushing down my things. And okay, this is so stinking cool. Okay, I do like the gold. Here. I mean, isn't the gold cool? There's nothing shiny in my house. Maddie, you can probably have these for your apartment. There's absolutely nothing shiny in my house. Oh, but it's so cool. I could foil everything. It's just so cool. Anything you make, I like. Aw, Maddie, thanks. This is so cool. All right, so this is I do like the gold on the navy. I do. There's also rose gold, which we didn't do a rose gold one yet. Let's try rose gold on a little one. The rose gold is very similar to the copper. So let's try. I got stuff everywhere. Oh, hang on. You can't see what I'm doing. I apologize. All right, so let's do this one in rose gold. The rose gold is similar to the Maddie's gonna PM me tomorrow. That's funny. Maddie, we're social distancing. You cannot come over. Although my doorbell keeps ringing. I'm rolling over. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm a hot mess. I get so excited because we're doing something so much fun. All right, so now, the rose gold is very similar to the copper, but it's not so coppery. It's just a little slightly more muted. Because I'm heading to bed. I'll message you tomorrow. Good night, Maddie. Stay safe. Okay. So you just stick it over. Put our makeshift stuff over it. Put it in this little backer sheet. Run it through the machine. So there are lots of YouTube videos out there on how to do this with all kinds of different things. Scrapbooking, card making is really, because it's got to be paper. That's the only issue. But you can do it on beautiful cardstock like we did with the navy, like we're doing with the navy, and frame it. I'll show you some of the things that I can pull off my wall here. So this is one of the very first things I ever foiled, and it says, create the things you wish you existed. So this again is an example of something that I created on a printer, or on a computer, printed it out with a toner printer, and then just ran it through the machine, and it attaches the foil. The other thing it's super fun for is monograms. So this is hard to see because it's that kind of hot pink color. But this is just my monogram that I made again on the computer. I put a patterned cardstock behind it. I mean, really, how easy was this? This is a very nice gift. This is a very nice bridal shower gift. It's also a very nice wedding gift. So, I also like to make those for babies. New babies get their monogram. Okay, let's see how it looks in copper. I can tell, or this is rose gold. I'm sorry, I can tell already. I came in late. Can you share? Wait till you see this. Ah, this is the piece of resistance. Look at the rose gold on the navy is the win. Okay, this I could put in my dining room. This is so cool. I hope you can see the rose gold. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yep, rose gold is the win. I like the rose. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference. So we got our, yeah, you can see the difference. You got the rose gold, and you've got, I mean, the gold is so harsh, right? But the rose gold is just a little bit warmer. Totally for the win. Love it. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it. So we're gonna whip this bad boy in the frame, and then we'll do ooh la la in the hot pink. Okay, Lisa GB says, I came in late. Can you share how you got your transfer on the cardstock before you put the foil on top of it? What product did you use to get your design? Okay. Hey, Nicole. From Nevada. Okay, so Lisa GB, what I used on my transfer with a squeegee, just like you would chalk, is reactive paint, okay? So foiling is a process that uses toner. Like any printer that is a toner printer, you can print something out, put the foil over it, run it through this machine, and it will attach the foil. So this Mink makes a couple of different mediums that you can use. This is the best one I've found with my transfers because it doesn't hurt the transfer as much. There's another one that is screen print ink. This one is reactive screen ink. You can use it and it worked completely, but my transfers didn't like it. It gunked up my transfers after a couple of uses. Cheryl says we may need to talk. I told you at the beginning, do not watch this video if you do not want another addiction. Because once you start foiling, you never go back. You foil everything. But I did come with a disclaimer. Those of you who came late, I'm sorry you didn't hear the disclaimer. But I did disclaim that don't do it. Okay. I don't like the frame. It's a bad frame choice. But I gotta come up with frames and we can't go anywhere, so I gotta wait. I need a better frame. This is Maria's fancy for me. Okay, so anyway, so Lisa GV. So you take this just like chalk, you squeegee it over your transfer. I wash my transfer immediately. I don't do anything to the cardstock because you don't want to wax your cardstock and run cards. I felt, maybe you can. I did not want to try it because I didn't want to risk ruining my machine. But I didn't really think you could wax and then run it through a heat machine. I would assume it would melt the wax and I would get wax all over my machine. So I don't use brand new transfers ever on paper. They have to at least be used once or twice. Or for those of us who have transfers that don't have stick anymore because we've used them so many times, it's a great use for them. Okay. This is so cool. Oops. Okay, look at how cool that is. With the rose gold. Oh, there we go. Now you can see the foil part. Okay, so this is the rose gold, and this is the gold. So they are, well, I guess I can't, I'm trying to get them next to each other. There we go, that's better. So you can kind of see the differences in them, but I like the rose gold best. Are you laughing at me, Nicole? Are those smiley face, are you smiley, laughing, crying, because I'm being hysterical? I'm always hysterical. Ain't nothing new, ladies. All right, we'll do one more just because. This was like it was this afternoon when I came down here. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to make a few and let them dry. So tonight we can have TV magic and you guys don't have to sit here while they all wait. And then the next thing you knew, I think I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 transfers out. Like, Maria, you're just going to do a few. The kids were having a Lord of the Rings, well, you know, we did the Hobbit marathon. It's spring break, so I decided to be a little loosier-goosier with my TV rules. So they were watching a movie every day, and they watched the Hobbit. Every day they watched one movie. Well, we finished the Hobbit, so now we're on to Lord of the Rings. So today they were watching Lord of the Rings, and I'm not into the Lord of the Rings. So I'm down here. I'm having a great old time. I can hear them up there every time, you know, there's like a scary scene. I'm like, I'm being a really bad mother. I should be upstairs. So that when poor little Charlie gets all freaked out, yeah, I'm down here. I'm having a great time with my foil. But once you start, the next thing you know, you're doing everything. I do think that on the navy blue paper, the fern would be very pretty in just grayish chalk as well, which that will probably end up being what I do and put in my living room or my dining room, because I love the shiny, but it's really not in my house. I like to make it and give it to people. Okay, wait, there's comments. I gotta go back. Hang on. Got it. Thank you for going over it again. And where did you find it? Hobby Lobby, question mark, or question mark. Okay, so this I bought at Joann's. Oh, look. Like you can see, right? Oh, you gotta wonder about me. This I got at Joann's. They do still have it. And again, I've done this stuff is like 3 years old. And it still works. It's still all fine. But I have been there and they do have it. So it's about 3 years old and I got it at Joann's, the mediums. Just be careful which one you get. The other one does work. Just don't do it on a transfer you're in love with because you do risk gunking up your silk screen with the other one. The silk screen one, this one. Don't use this one. This is the one that the reactive screen ink is thick. Then it has, today I used the reactive paint and it worked fine. It washed right off my transfers. I had no problems. My transfers are just as pristine as they normally are. So you just squeegee it on, let it dry, and then when it's dry, you put the foil over it, you run it through the machine, you pull it off, and you end up with this very pretty foil. And it's that easy. And then, look, this is a super cute little card that you could give to somebody for doing something that requires a ooh la la, shish kumbah, right? It comes in 5 million colors. You can use deco foil. You can use this Mink machine. You know, Heidi Swap has the whole line where it's the Mink, all this stuff. You could use those frames and do it on black paper with gold, rose gold, or silver foil. Yes, Kristen, I agree completely. I didn't see from the beginning. I need to rewatch. Cheryl, don't go back. Just don't do it, Cheryl. Just walk away. Because it's crazy. It's very crazy. I think that beats the copper. I agree, Linda. It is very cool, Nicole. I think I went back to everybody's comments. Okay, so again, foil is super fun, super easy. The color of the paper makes all the difference in the world. So let's kind of review what we made here. We did copper on black. So this is how you can see the color, but then you get the shine. Okay, so there's copper. This is the pale pink on navy, but a very pretty. This is the mint green, obviously on white. It's a super pretty color. Just a very pale green. This is the gold on the navy. Again, these are cute little cards. And you just take a little white piece of paper, put them in here, and look at what, this would be such a cute, unique little party card, birthday card, whatever celebration you're going to. This is the teal. What color is this? What is this color called? I don't know. Mint. Nope. They're not back in their right containers. Okay, that's kind of funny. So I can't tell you what this color is called, but it's kind of a really pretty teal in a happy birthday card. This is the silver on black. So I think we pretty much covered all the colors. Oh, and then we have rose gold on the fern, which is by far my favorite. But what I really think would be nice as well, I'm going to turn my machine off because I think we're done running things through my machine. It is a very hot machine, so, you know, be careful when you touch it. Because it's a fancy laminator, basically, is what it is. But I do think that the fern, which was really where I was going with this whole thing, was I'm kind of obsessed with the fern. And we are going to take the fern and do it on pillows with some ink. Because I want to do a Who Did It Better, Maria or Sendix, which is a local grocery store. They have a huge like home decor section, and I was walking by it the other day, and they had a pillow with our fern on it. A fern, not our fern, but a fern on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. We can do that, right? We have the power. All right, so this is my navy blue cardstock. So I was thinking it would be super cool on here just with grays. It wouldn't have the sheen. Where's my grays? There's transfers covering up all my chalk paste. I am a hot mess. It is amazing to me that you guys come back and watch me. Because really, at the end of the day, well, maybe my craziness is entertaining. I don't know. Where the heck is grays? There we go. Because grays and navy blue, there's like nothing left in here. Grays and navy blue, I think, would be just gorgeous. So we're just gonna write on my navy blue. So I bought this, you know, where there's open cardstock places. You know, there's all kinds of places that have open cardstock. And I just bought 3 sheets of navy blue. So you can totally buy the color that goes in your home. Okay, this paste is pretty much done. Time for a new grays. Okay, so just do it right on the paper and then carefully pull it off. See, I think that's beautiful. Take my transfer, put it right in my water bath next to me. So you don't have to have the foil. It can be gorgeous, just, that's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. And then I'll cut it to the frame and stick it in the frame. So you don't have to have this fancy machine to make the foil. The foil is fun and it's different and it's something we haven't done before. But truly, you can totally just use the chalk. Because you can chalk on paper. I would tell you, good quality cardstock, but not like expensive cardstock, just good quality. So thicker, not typing paper, not printer paper. You can't, it's too thin. This is just, you know, plain old everyday. Is this Recollections? Is this Joanne, what is it, Michael's brand? Yeah, this is just Michael's brand open cardstock. You can make your own cards, you can make your own prints and frame them. It kind of gives you that nice painted or colored background without having to paint or have wood or do all those things. It's just a very nice way to just add another dimension, another use, another option. That's the word I'm looking for. It's another option of ways that you can use it. I like the grays versus stark white on the navy because navy and gray obviously go well together. So that is our fun for the evening. So if you have any questions about foiling, message me. Otherwise, there's tons of YouTube videos. That's how I learned how to do it, is I watched YouTube videos. Deco foil, or foiling with laminator, deco foil, all those searches will get you what you want. If you're watching me on YouTube, my YouTube channel is Making Maria. You want to please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this and hit the notifications bell and you'll get notified every time I upload my videos to YouTube so that you can keep watching these great things. Otherwise, I do go live on Facebook every evening at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Between 9 and 9:15, I hit the live button every night of the week with the exception of Saturdays, and I show you how to use Chalk Couture and create beautiful things, home decor, gifts, all kinds of fun things for your viewing pleasure. So if you're new to our Chalk and Party, say hi, let us know where you are, join in our conversation. We'd love to chit chat. Don't feel like you can't join in because we kind of know each other. Nicole says about my disclaimer. What did you say? Oh, you're crying about my disclaimer. Yes, Nicole. My disclaimer is don't start foiling unless you want another addiction because it's bad. But you run out of things to foil because it's only on paper. That's my problem with foiling. So that's why I love Chalk Couture, because I can do it on paper, I can do it on fabric, I can do it on glass, ceramics, metal, boards, chalkboards, wood. You know, foiling, I'm stuck with paper. And you invest in the machine and the foil, and all you can do it is on paper. That's why Chalk Couture is amazing. So, if you can please send me out into the world, it helps me tremendously when you do that. Thank you to everybody who takes the time to do that. If you want to check out these beautiful transfers, you can go to www.chalkcouture.com/makeitmaria, and you can see these products that I'm using. You want to be in the VIP group because that's where all the fun happens. So if you're not in the VIP group, you can comment, add me, or you can just put in your Facebook search bar, Making Maria's VIP group, and request to join. That's all I have got for you tonight. So thank you so much for watching me. I hope you have an amazing Friday. And whoa, it's the last day of spring break for my kids tomorrow. They're all so excited that school is coming back on Monday. Poor things. I'm really broken up about this too. Have a great night. See you guys.